What's happening? It's your boy SymbolicSportsaholic bringing you another great edition of NFL Weekly Prediction. Alright guys, on Thursday we have the Giants and the Panthers going at it. The Giants are pretty banged up, but Eli Manning looked elite. He had 510 yards. Ahmad Bradshaw's out probably. But Nix and Cruz may have a big game here. I don't know. Cam Newton isn't impressing me too much this far. The run game's improved from week 1. But I'm going to go with the Giants here. I don't know why the Panthers did good against the Saints defense. That doesn't say much to me. Next we have the Rams and the Bears. Sam Bradford played well, surprisingly. And Cortland Finnegan picked off the RG3. I thought they are looking great. But I'm going to have to go with the Bears. Even though the Bears looked terrible and Jay Cutler's linemen don't even want to block for him. But Forte may be back. We'll see. But I think the defense will be too much for the Rams offense. Yeah, so pick the Bears. The Bills and the Browns. I picked the Browns last week to upset, and they almost did, but it wasn't enough. I'm going with the Bills. C.J. Spiller is the top running back in the league right now, surprisingly. And the Browns, though, Brandon Weeden and Trent Richardson have improved since week 1, but their defense has got a lot worse. They're going to need an all-around effort to win this, which is why I'm taking the Bills. I think the Bills can pull it off easily, but we'll see. Next, we have the Buccaneers and the Cowboys. Josh Freeman is finally finding Vincent Jackson, and Doug Martin is still a solid running back. But this Buccaneers D gave up 510 passing yards last week. But I'm still taking them to upset the Dallas Cowboys. The Cowboys got upset by the Seahawks. Romo kind of came back to earth, and DeMarco Murray didn't play well either. And their defense wasn't that great either. I can see the Buccaneers winning this game. Next, we have the Lions and the Titans. The Titans, so far, are the worst team in the league, surprisingly. I had no idea, but the Lions, Matt Stafford is looking pretty good. He needs to pump fake more. He sort of stares his receivers down, which is not good. The defenses catch on to that. But I think the Detroit Lions are good enough to beat this Titans team. Jake Locker has more rushing yards than Chris Johnson, which is humiliating. Titans are garbage right now. Alright, next we have the Jags and the Colts. The Jaguars have no QB at the moment, and Maurice Jones-Drew is not looking as top-notch as I thought he was. He's still very good, and the Jags D is underrated. They're a good team, but I'm taking the Colts. I think Andrew Luck can give the Colts a 2-1 record, tying last season's record already in week 3. They actually have a better defense than the Jags, believe it or not, and they're improving. They're building. All right, next we have the Jets and Dolphins. The Jets are the most overrated team in the league. They're only 24th in the league with 48 points. Sean Green may be out, and they're just a middle-of-the-pack team. Honestly, the Dolphins impressed me last week versus the Raiders. Tannehill is finally starting to find receivers, but let's talk about Reggie Bush. Reggie Bush is just demolishing. He had 31 fantasy points last week. I think they could beat the Jets. Next, we have the Niners and the Vikings. This is my lock pick of the week. Just take the Niners. You don't really have to think about this one. Alex Smith hasn't thrown a pick in, over 200 passes. Frank Gore's the 3rd best back in the league, and they're the 2nd best defense in the NFL. This Vikings team does not compare. Christian Ponder hasn't thrown a pick either this season, but I just don't see the upset happening here. Go with the Niners. Big. Next, we have the Chiefs and the Saints. These two teams have been the most disappointing to me so far this year. I'm really looking forward to this game. I love these teams. But Matt Castle is doing okay, and their defense is doing good, but their defense just has so many injuries. I'm taking the Saints simply because Drew Brees is putting up points on the board, but their defense is just not doing it. They're the worst defense in the NFL right now. They need to step it up for this one. Next, we have two of the most overrated teams in the league, in my opinion. The Bengals are just not going to have enough. Their D is giving up a lot of points, and Jarvis Green-Ellis looks good, but I don't think he's enough to pass up the Redskins. Alfred Morris, an underrated back. They've got a solid D, even though Brian Rakpo will be missed. I just see RG3 doing good again. Take the Redskins. Next, we have the Eagles and Cardinals, the two most surprising teams to me so far this season. Mike Vick, if he can get yards to Deshaun Jackson and Jeremy Maclin, he's looked really good. He's thrown a lot of picks, but Andy Reid and the coaches need to make sure they run the ball more, but their defense is outstanding. But the Cards, man, they upset the Pats last week. I don't see them doing it again, but I have to give major props to this team. They're showing me up the past 2 weeks. But yeah, take the Eagles. Next, we have the Falcons and the Chargers. Matt Ryan outdueled Peyton Manning, as I expected. I predicted last week. But their run game was dysfunctional. Michael Turner looked garbage. He had a DUI last night after the game, so I don't expect him to play. But Falcons D looked good the first 3 quarters. But I like this Chargers team to win here. Phillip Rivers is an elite quarterback. Ryan Matthews is probably going to come back. And San Diego defense, watch out for them. They're young and good. I'm taking the Chargers to win. Next, we have the Steelers and Raiders. I just wanted to take some extra time to talk about this game because I will be at this game, and I'm looking forward to it so much. Big Ben looked like a tank last week, but let's face it, the Steelers have no run game. I'm a Steelers fan. You'll see me there with my Mike Wallace jersey. But yeah, I think the Steel Curtain will be able to stop the Raiders' offense. The Raiders with Carson Palmer, he needs to spread the ball around again this week, and Darren McFadden needs some good blocks for good runs. He's a great back, but he's been looking average so far. And the Raiders D gave up 38 points to the Miami Dolphins, which just saddens me. But yeah, if you're at the game, look for the kid in the Mike Wallace jersey. And yeah, so this game is going to be a good one. I'm excited to go. Let's hope the Steelers can win. But I don't know. Hopefully I come out of that stadium alive with wearing my Steelers jersey. Alright, next we have the Texans and the Broncos. Matt Schaub, he definitely knows his football, but he didn't throw a single touchdown pass last week. But I don't know, Arian Foster's going ham as usual. Ben Tate. The Texans' defense is the best in the league by far. Better than the Niners, believe it or not. And the Broncos, man, Peyton Manning threw 3 picks in 1 quarter. Maybe not even the whole quarter, 5 minutes of the first quarter. And Willis McGahee, he picked it up on Monday Night Football. Von Miller, Elvis Dumerville, and Champ Bailey are just beasts. But I don't see a comeback happening. Alright, go Texans. I'm picking Texans. Alright, Patriots, Ravens. I gotta talk about this one quick. Yeah, Hernandez is out, but I think this will give Wes Welker and Gronk more looks. Patriots have stepped up their D so much than last year. Joe Flacco was solid, and Ray Rice is good, and their defense is good too. But I picked the Eagles to win next week, and I just think the Patriots are even better than the Eagles. So I'm taking the Patriots to win that game, help us Steeler fans out. And next we have the Packers and the Seahawks. Aaron Rodgers' stats are untouchable last year. Cedric Benson picked it up. The D looked good against the Bears. They shitted on Jay Cutler last week. I can see the Packers beating the Seahawks. I like what the Seahawks are doing. I love Marshawn Lynch. But I'm just not a huge believer in Russell Wilson yet. It'll take time, but their defense and special teams is good, but still take the Packers for Monday night. All right, keep it 100, Woodies. You heard me.